In this video, we're going to have a quick look at how to get started using the Microsoft Teams app. So I'm currently on my iPad and I have the app there on my screen. I'm going to click in there and I'm going to get started showing you how to go in there and then how to just navigate around the application and where to find all of that great information. And the apps are really great. So you can continue to do your work and collaborate and communicate on the go. You don't have to carry around a massive laptop. So you can see the Teams app there on my screen. I'm just going to press it. And you may have some accounts that you've already logged into that you can click on. Or you can click on sign in with another account and pop your work or your personal email in and your password as well. I've got my email already there, so I'm just going to click on it. And then it's just going to ask me to pop my password in. Now, it may do that, it may not, dependent on how your company or your personal setup is. And I'm just going to click on sign in once I've put my password in. And very shortly, it's just going to load up. It may take a couple of seconds to load up, but it's gathering all your data and all your information. And if this is the first time you've used the app, you might need to accept notifications and also allow access to the microphone and to the camera for meetings and conversations. So when I come in, I'm in my activity. I know I am because right down the bottom, they're my different menu options, and I'll quickly go through these in this video, and then there'll be more videos that cover these in much more detail. So you come into your activity feed, that's where you can see what's been going on, any notifications, any app mentions, any team activity, any replies you've got to messages, anything like that you will see in your activity feed. And you do have the option to change the feed at the top as well, so you can do more within that. Just going to move then along to the right so we can see what else is down at the bottom. You can see I've got my chat options and I've got a few in there. I've got an individual conversation and I've got a meeting conversation saved in there. My little icon at the top, the little box with a pencil going through it, that's where I would start to do another chat with someone else. And you can see there, I can pop in their details and I can start to have a conversation with them. So loads of great things, and there'll be another video covering that in so much detail. This one's just to get you started. So going next to Teams, you can see all of the teams that I have access to. And I can see all teams at the bottom as well. I might even have some hidden teams, and we'll learn about them shortly. But you can see all the teams and the channels. You can go in there and you can access all of the conversations in the post. So I'm in the articles channel, in the posts. If I click on files, I can see all of my folders and the content that's saved within that team. And then click on more as well to see any other tabs that are part of that team and that channel that I'm currently in. So I've got my wiki and I've got another tab called Teams Productivity Tips that I created in that channel. And anywhere in Teams where you see the three dots, don't forget that's where you can click on and you can make changes. And you can see other options there as well. So you've got nice options in there. Click on the calendar next. So I'm going to go continuing on down the bottom, and I can see there are any meetings that I've got in my diary because it's all synced up together. And a really great benefit if you're using your mobile device to join Teams meetings, join them from the calendar option. I've clicked on my calendar option and I can see a big purple join button there. If you join them from your Outlook app, if you're using your mobile or your iPad, then sometimes you might get accidentally going as a guest. Have to pop all your details in and you lose some of the meeting functionality. So my top tip here, if you're joining a meeting, a Teams meeting, and you have the app on your mobile device, come into calendar and you'll see the meeting there and you can just click on join and you can get into the meeting. Calls, you've got calls at the bottom as well, so you can see any conversation calls that you've had with any of your colleagues, and voicemails, you can access those from there as well. And files, you can see all of the files that you have access to across Teams in one place by clicking on files. You've even got another 3 dots at the bottom, and in there I can see I've got saved, I've got camera, I've got organisation, wiki and shifts. So I can reorder them, and I've got some nice little extra sort of options there to play around with. So down the bottom is where you're going to navigate around Teams on the app. And then just to point out, in the top left hand corner where the 3 lines are, if you click on those, that's where you're going to see all your settings. This is your profile. So you can see my images there and my email address. You can see I'm currently away. So that's my status within Teams. I can change that settings, and I can also reset the status if I've set myself to do not disturb or anything like that. I can pop a status message in. I can manipulate and change my notifications to work for me, and I've got my settings, so I can make any settings changes I want to that really work for me as well. I can even add a new account from there. So if you want to make changes to your profile, come to the top left and click on the 3 lines. Otherwise, it's down at the bottom, and it's these options down at the bottom that are going to help you work around Teams. So click in them, swipe things left and right to see what you can do, and have a play around and see if you can navigate around Teams, and have a look out for my next videos going into more detail on some of the parts of Teams.